Good evening, and welcome to the first ever episode of B-Movie Magic. In this episode, we're going to teach you how to do two of the most important things you'll need to know to make a movie on little or no budget. First thing up will be blood out of everyday household items. Second thing will be a shaky cam, which gives you a great way to do demon POV. Now, on to blood. There are four basic ingredients you're going to need to produce made-at-home blood. They're very easy to get and inexpensive, and the price won't cost you more than 10 bucks. First item you'll need for the recipe is a 16 fluid ounce bottle of Caro syrup. Now, this can be found at Tom Thumb or any other grocery store. It's going to run you about $2.70, inexpensive. Next thing you're going to need is a bottle of red food coloring. Now, red food coloring, oddly enough, is going to cost you about the same price. You need 1 fluid ounce per serving. Another thing you need is condensed milk. You're only going to need 1 fluid ounce. Unfortunately, you can't find anything small enough. So you're going to find a 14 fluid ounce jug, and you're going to have to refrigerate the rest or whatever you want to do with it. And finally, you need a drop of blue food coloring and 1 fluid ounce of water, which you don't need to go anywhere to get. You can get at your tap. First thing you need to do is take your 16 fluid ounce bottle of Caro syrup and dump it into your mixing bowl. Now, as for items, sorry I didn't say this earlier, you need 1 mixing bowl, a whisk, and if your condensed milk is in a can, you're going to need a can opener. Excuse me. Also, you may need a measuring cup. Probably need a measuring cup. Make sure, there aren't many that count by fluid ounces or 1 fluid ounce, but I have faith in you, and I'll show you an easier way to do that. First thing you need to do, take your Caro syrup and dump it in your mixing bowl. If it wants to go. Alright. It'll take a minute to pour out. Alright, I'll just set it like that. Hopefully it'll finish draining. Next thing you need to do, take your bottle of red food coloring, your 1 fluid ounce bottle. After your Caro syrup's in there, you're going to need to dump this in. Be careful, it's going to try and splash back on you. Remember, this stuff's going to stain. So make sure that the clothes you use, you don't mind staining. Unless you want to walk around school with bloody clothes, and hey, that's up to you. Alright. Second thing on the agenda, you're going to need to keep your 1 fluid ounce bottle of red food coloring. And here's why. When you open up your condensed milk here, other way around, you may have a problem. Our problem was that this measuring cup, fluid ounces wise, it starts counting at 2. So we have to figure out, well, we only need 1 fluid ounce. But we only need 1 fluid ounce of water also. So if you fill this container of red food coloring, your 1 fluid ounce container, to the top, then you'll have 1 fluid ounce. You dump it in here, and then you use this to fill it up to the other 2 ounces, and then you've got 1 ounce of each. And remember, this is going to have some red food coloring in it still, so be careful of your clothes. Oh, whoops. Alright, now once it's in there, all you need to do is pour in your condensed milk and make 2 fluid ounces.
May take a while, depending on how open you make the tip. You don't want to make it too open, because then you'll use up. You put too much of your condensed milk in, and that's a problem. Alright, once you've got that in, just dump it right on in your mixing bowl. We need to use the whisk to kind of dump out the excess that doesn't want to go. The milk tends to be a bit thick. It is condensed after all. But you need to put the water back in. Alright, once that's finished, all you need to do is mix it up. Now bear in mind, since you used all edible ingredients, you can't eat this stuff. Now, mind you, I wouldn't advise it. It probably won't taste very good. However, it is edible. It's going to take a good while to mix. Now remember, at this point, feel free to put in your drop of blue food coloring. It adds to the realism. Just one drop will do the trick. It's terribly potent stuff. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the final product. We'll show it to you in use in just a second. And this should be enough to not coat, but thoroughly douse at least one thespian. It's pretty real, doesn't it?